Hey everybody, this is John Bohlinger with Premier Guitar. You may remember last year we did a tele build with some of our sponsors and gigged with it downtown and turned out great, and some lucky person actually got that guitar. Well, we're doing it again, only it's bigger and better. This time we are building the Ultimate Strat. Ultimate Strat, you say? How can we do such a thing? Well, we partnered with some amazing companies and we're gonna have a couple different options. One thing I'm really excited about is StewMac, through their licensed Fender parts, have offered two different necks. There is the traditional 21 fretter, smaller frets, and the more modern, larger frets, 22. Also, we've got a couple different tuner options from GraphTech. This amazing Fender licensed body through StewMac with a nice contour back there and sexy red finish. Next, we have the Seymour Duncan hot chicken pickups. These just came out, and as the name suggests, this is a little bit of homage to our town, Nashville, so I can't wait to hear those. Next, our friends at Axe Labs have contributed switches, saddles, and their new patent-pending tone claw. Can't wait to hear all those. Next, from Germany, contributing the pots, the switch, wires, is the Tube Amp Doctor. Can't wait to hear these. Next, our friend GraphTech, that's already, I told you they're doing the tuners, but they're also doing some Tusq nuts and string trees. A couple different options for each different neck. And while we're in Europe, Italy has contributed LeRockskin strap. There we go. Very cool. And finally, what do we put it all in? This very cool, nearly bulletproof Reunion Blues Gigbag. And some lucky person, perhaps you, will win this guitar and have a great friend for life. So I can't wait to put this all together and hear it. So let's start with these pickups. These are the Seymour Duncan hot chicken pickups. And as you guess from that name, that's a bit of an homage to Nashville. Nashville, our contribution to world cuisine is hot chicken, and these babies are hot. Here we go, just on the bridge. Those two. The middle. right there, my favorite setting. And then the neck. A little bit of dirt. So anyway, all the Stratty tones you want, all that Stratty goodness, but a little of that hot, spicy kick that you want. I love them. Okay, so the next shout out is to Tube Amp Doctor from Germany. They contributed the wiring harness, the pots and all that. And what I love about them, first of all, really a smooth flow to it. And if you'll notice, there's no tone loss when you bring the volume down. So they cracked the code on that one. On so many guitars I have, when you jack your volume, you're affecting your tone. I like that this doesn't do that. Okay, next I want to give a shout out to Axe Labs, and they contribute a lot to this. Number one, which I think is really cool, is this switch. And every Strat I've ever owned, I immediately lose these. And whatever kind of magic they've done to this, they put some sort of kind of claws inside that grab it, and it doesn't come off. I mean, it can come off. You can make it come off, but it's not accidentally falling off in the heat of battle. So really impressive. Next, they did these saddles, and these saddles, amazingly enough, have tiny rollers on them. And on top of that, they're covered, so covered brass, which is really cool. And on back, there's a tone claw, which gives you more stability and sustain, so I love that. And finally, they contributed the jack as well, which is just rock solid. So all together, you've got a really great whammy bar that's in tune. In tune and sounds great. Next, I want to give a shout out to GraphTech. So as I said, there's two necks in this build. So on this neck, they provided these old school open back tuners, which are dead on accurate, and they've got that great old school aesthetic that I really like. They also contributed the string tree and the Tusq nut, and I like the fact that they're matching. How cool, right? Anyway, that all adds up to a great guitar. And on the other neck, the more modern one, they put these locking tuners, which leans more towards my preference, but I love the fact you've got both of them. Another great contributor is StewMac, and they provided two Fender licensed necks. And as I said, this is an old school neck, 21 frets, maple with that old school feel to it. And I've got a 55 Strat that feels very similar to this. So it feels like an old friend. They also contributed this body, which I really love because it's not only is this sexy red finish so great, but it's also got these modern accoutrements with a little bit of a ergonomic, just feels better right there. They took out some wood there. I love that. So from the front, it looks like old school classic, and behind, just for the player, you know it just feels better. Also, shout out to our Italian friends, LeRockskin, for making this very cool, very comfortable strap. And if that's not enough, Reunion Blue has contributed this Gigbag, which I don't know if it's bulletproof, but it's pretty close to bulletproof. It is great protection and very light. Okay, so let's see how this thing sounds. I'll kind of flip through some sounds, and then Dave's gonna swap the neck, and we'll try that one as well. So we'll kind of do a little A-B. Okay, let's have Dave do his magic, and we'll try the other set. Okay, now we have the second neck. Dave just put this on in a shockingly quick amount of time. It would have been usually when I work on a guitar like this, it takes me all day. You did it in like 10 minutes. So why don't you talk about what's going on in these two necks? We're gonna do a little compare and contrast.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, so we have two Fender Strat necks. So we have a 25.5-inch scale. The only difference in the construction would be the radius. So this one has the vintage 7.25 inch, and this one would be 12, because this one is going to be more the modern take on it with the overhang and the 22nd fret overhang. The only other difference is that this is roasted maple. It is also a little bit thinner at the first fret to the 12th fret, the taper, and this one's thicker. But the big difference, where we wanted to differentiate the two, was in the fret wire. So this one has stainless steel fret wire. This one has traditional nickel silver. So what we wanted to do is not change anything other than the neck material and the fret wire. The nut material is the same, string tree, tuners, everything else. The settings on the amp are identical. We're even using the same strings. We have the same player. So we're only changing the fret wire and the material of the neck. So the only other difference would be that this is roasted, which is supposed to be brighter than unroasted maple.
You know, and just for the feel, this really does feel like that hot rod modern neck, man. Just flat and comfortable. Nothing wrong with that one, but this does feel very smooth.
This one also has a different finish than this, whereas this one is a little bit thicker. On this one, when I refretted that, I took all of the finish off the fretboard.
Oh, that, okay.
Yeah.
Well, man, I like that. Yeah, I like it.
It's gonna feel much faster.
Yeah, feels like an old friend. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I guess the point of the experiment is to see if stainless steel wire makes a tonal difference versus nickel silver.
Okay.
So I guess we're gonna find out.
All right, well, let's, okay, yeah, let's see what it does. We're just the exact same setting. You'll be able to hear better on the recording, but I do hear a slight difference. But more than anything, my own personal taste, although I've got some old Strats that I'm very comfortable with, just because I've been playing these same guitars for 30 years. But this modern feel is just, God, man, it's a little easier to play. It doesn't really fight back like my old Strats. Both these necks, I love them, but I like the fact that you get to choose. So thanks so much to our sponsors. All these parts have come together to make an amazing guitar. And you watching there right now, you can actually win this guitar. There's a link below, follow that, and hopefully you'll get lucky and bring this thing home with not one, but two necks, the strap, the Gigbag, the whole enchilada. So this is John Bohlinger. Till next time, thanks for watching. Yeah.